Disney's made up their mind. But they put Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2 as well as Logan on Disney Plus. What are our thoughts of R-rated movies on Disney Plus?
I think that's ridiculous. I let my kids like go on Disney Plus and
Just pick whatever they want.
pick what they want to watch. Now I can't, or I have to be a little more. Like I have to be in the room now when they're like I don't know.
I have to watch my kids now. Thanks, Disney. I used to let you have free reign.
Have they rolled out anything content-wise as far as like what you can control to where you could do like a Disney Plus Kids to where it's limited to only titles under the PG banner or less?
Have they?
I haven't seen.
I don't
anything
believe
yet.
so. I don't believe so.
You would almost have to
That's what I would think.
because it's such a children's dominated platform.
You would think. You would think. But, I mean, they've always had, though, if you go on... Because you can, like, subcategorize things. So if you go to Marvel, you're just getting Marvel stuff. Most of the time, Marvel stuff isn't front and center, especially once other stuff starts playing. So if my kids keep watching Luca, it's going to start recommending and showing stuff that's just around that.
Right.
But there's always... All the X-Men movies that have been on there, those are PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
All of the Marvel movies have been on there, and Star Wars movies.
Yes, but the Star Wars movies and Marvel movies don't have the F word in them.
It's true. I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
It's not the violence that bothers me.
I remember there was talks early on, because Disney owns Hulu as well, that they were going to put all their mature content on Hulu and all their kids' content was going to go on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be doing that. But yeah, so now your kids can just accidentally stumble across Deadpool. And there is that is a graphic movie. That first Deadpool, both Deadpool movies and Logan are very graphic in content and everything. So yeah, that does suck.
I mean, thankfully, the cover for Logan might not interest the kids, but Deadpool, I could see my youngest being like, "That's funny. I'm gonna watch that."
I think it's a little much for a platform like that that's geared towards children to start putting that kind of stuff on there.
Hopefully, they add parameters like that where you can be like, at least on that profile that they
should be able to. Yeah, that at the very least they should start.
That
doing
would be the best way to handle it if you're gonna host everything on one. Is give your people the option of separating the children's profile and giving it the limitations.
Password protect some stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if is Disney losing money with Hulu? Is it like?
I don't think so, because one of the things we're going to talk about later, it's not out yet, but their Prey movie, so their newest Predator movie, is directly to Hulu. But they showed it at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's getting mad reviews.
Yeah.
People are saying this movie's better than the original Predator movie.
Wow.
Which is insane. So no, Hulu's doing well.
Okay.
You know.
I heard Netflix isn't. So I heard they lost like 1 million subscribers or something like that.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Well, they don't have much.
No.
They really don't have much anymore.
No. Well, no, because all their movies, if they were Disney, they went to Disney Plus, and now that Hulu owns them, so all those movies are taken off. So the only movies they're getting is their originals. Maybe I think some DreamWorks stuff on there.
Yeah, and then they got their original content, but most of their original content is subpar. The best of their stuff is obviously like Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah, that's it.
That's the most popular, no doubt.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll just get into it now. But I did get an opportunity to watch The Gray Man when it came out on Friday. And it's Netflix's highest budget of any of their... It was over $200,000 to make. So that's Netflix's highest...
200 million?
Yeah, what'd I say?
1,000.
No. Yeah, it would be 200 million. Yeah. 200,000. That's
pretty low budget now.
That's like 1950s.
Yeah.
And that's a lot.
Yeah, that's right. But anyways, yeah, it was just okay, unfortunately.
A lot of their movies, I watched the one with Chris Hemsworth and David Harbour in it.
The Extraction.
The Extractionist.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was a fun action film,
I enjoyed
but it
that,
wasn't like fantastic.
That's how this was. I mean, visually, The Gray Man was pretty good, pretty solid. There was a lot of well choreographed fight scenes in it. There was no story. There was no story. It was just, here's a blank character doing blank things. But it was fun to see Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans fight.
The guy I work with said he really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it was bad by any means, but if you were looking for it to shock you in any way in terms of like, oh, I did not see that coming, yeah, you weren't gonna get that.
Yeah, his biggest takeaway was Chris Evans in a villain role, and he said he'd love to see that.
You see, I would disagree, and this was a knock on it for me. Chris Evans was rather annoying in it.
Really?
He was rather annoying. Did you watch Knives Out?
Yeah.
His character in that,
Yeah.
it was like very pompous and a jerk, and
Yeah.
it was that on steroids.
Really?
And it was really just like got old. It started off fine, but by the end of the movie, that same shtick the whole way through, and you're just like, all right, just like kill him already. We know that's what's gonna happen. Spoilers. No, I don't know.
Ken can't kill Captain America.
It was funny though. Since you referenced that, I'm gonna say because he calls him Ken, a Ken doll in the movie. Chris Evans calls Ryan Gosling a Ken doll. I started cracking up, and my dad was like, "What is so funny?" I was like, "He's about to play Ken in a Barbie movie."
Yeah, it's a little on the nose.
There was that. The writing, because it's a Russo brothers
Okay.
who directed it, so you can see shades of the Avengers throughout this entire thing.
Yeah.
But there is a scene where Chris Evans is sitting in a chair, and one of his henchmen comes in, and he's like, "Hey, I did this thing," kind of like, "Are you proud of me?" And he just turns to me and he goes, "That'll do, pig. That'll do." And in my mind, I was like, I didn't know I needed to hear Chris Evans say that line, but I did. I absolutely did. But yeah, Netflix, I think they're losing.
With their Marvel original stuff, are those pulled too?
Yeah, because they're on Disney Plus now.
Oh, are they? They're already on there?
Like the
I'm
old
fairly certain you can watch all of them on Disney Plus now.
the Daredevil show, that one got pulled.
All of them.
They just bought the rights of the show or something. Because those
Well,
were made
Marvel
by
just took
Netflix,
it back.
weren't they? Weren't they made by Netflix?
Yeah, they were. Netflix had the rights to them, and then Disney bought the rights back.
Oh, they just bought them out.
Yeah. And now, again, flowing into some of the other stuff, the big talk of this week is definitely San Diego Comic-Con
Yeah.
and everything going on there. But they did come out and release a whole bunch of titles and things. So we're not going to go through necessarily all of them because it was a lot, and I don't care about all of them. But one of them was a new Daredevil series called Daredevil Reborn.
Oh, yeah.
Same cast, everybody's coming back, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's super exciting.
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah.
If Disney's gonna have Netflix's Daredevil series on there, they probably won't plan on toning it back, especially if they're putting Logan and
Absolutely.
the movies on
Yeah,
there.
they're kind of
just-
gearing in the R direction
Yeah.
with some of their stuff now.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
They may dial it back a little bit, but probably not a ton.
They're gonna have to change their intro to the castle on those movies. Just screams of horror and panic.